Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so earlier today, several hours ago, we had a huge leak as somebody from Japan leaked the Dragon Ball Super 2018 movie poster out, and we were wondering if it was real or if it was just a big hoax, but I was about 99% sure that it was real based on conversations that I had with my people earlier today. And I've been waiting to put this video up for quite some time, but I couldn't until I knew for sure. But now it is indeed official. Not only did the Dragon Ball Super Twitter page from Toei officially announce it, but we have the website here, dbmovie-20th.com. This is the official website for the movie. Here it is, folks. The 2018 movie coming out December 14th is indeed Dragon Ball Super BROLY. We're going to get into this in depth because we have comments from Toriyama that I'm going to dig into, and I'm going to kind of explain to you guys what is actually going on with this film and go in depth about the idea behind it and everything. So yes, just in case you missed my little pinned comment in the last video, this is not a hoax. It's legitimate. Dragon Ball Super, the 20th Dragon Ball Super movie is BROLY. It's true. Now, you may be wondering, we knew that, whatever, that's fine. Not only is BROLY going to be the star of this film, but BROLY, and this is going to be a very special announcement exclusively right here on this video, you're going to get to meet BROLY if you decide to come, which you should come, to KAMEHACON 2, because guess what, folks, the first official announcement of who will be the first guest, April 12th to 14th, at KAMEHACON 2, and by then the movie's already been out for a few months. Vic Mignogna is coming to KAMEHACON 2. You'll get to meet Vic there, take pictures with him. If you are a fan of BROLY or many of his other voices and his singing, he will be at KAMEHACON 2. This is the official announcement, folks. The first but not the last guest, I promise you that, because there's a lot more surprises coming. Vic BROLY, who will be coming back to reprise his role as BROLY in the film, presumably, about 90% sure of that one, is coming to KAMEHACON 2. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, the VIPs are sold out, but there's plenty of 3-day passes. You'll want to come to this event because he's not the only one there, and it's going to be pretty damn epic, okay? So Vic will be at KAMEHACON 2. Now, let's get into the comments from Toriyama. I want to break this down. This is officially from the creator of Dragon Ball, Toriyama, and why BROLY is the centerpiece of the movie. And I'm going to kind of explain to you guys what the mentality is behind this, okay? So I'm going to read this and kind of explain as we go through. So first and foremost, before I actually get into this, again, this is officially from Toriyama himself. BROLY, and I've already covered this in the past, BROLY is not a Toriyama creation. BROLY was created by series showrunner Takao Koyama, and Takao Koyama created BROLY. Toriyama designed the character, like how he looks, but Koyama's the one who created the character. And this is going to be different because as far as we know, Koyama is not writing this film, Toriyama is. It's his own original story, and we're going to get to that here in a minute. So, Toriyama says, everyone, are you familiar with BROLY? He's an incredibly strong Saiyan who only appeared in the old anime movies, which is, of course, Dragon Ball Z movies 8, 10, and 11. And I apparently at least drew the designs for him, but I have practically no involvement with the anime at the time, so I had totally forgotten about the story content. Yeah, Toriyama did not write those movies. It was Takao Koyama. So, Toriyama writes, so about BROLY, I hear these days he's still very popular not only in Japan but also overseas. Based on that, my editor suggested we have BROLY appear in this next movie. Now, this is the second time we've heard Toriyama mention the editorial decisions. When Trunks came back to Dragon Ball in the Trunks arc, that was also a decision that was made by the editorial staff. Now, here he says my editor. The thing is that Toriyama has not written a full-time manga in a long time. So what I'm assuming he's referring to is Torishima, who is Toriyama's original editor from back in the 80s and really the guy who discovered and mentored Toriyama. In fact, it was Torishima who gave Toriyama the approval for Resurrection F. He loved the Resurrection F story. I guess he likes bringing back old characters, I don't know, but that's who I believe Toriyama's referring to. Now, when it came to Trunks, presumably speaking, it was the editorial staff at Shueisha, even though we never got complete confirmation of that. Now, why am I telling you this? Because it really goes to show that Dragon Ball now, for better or for worse, whether or not you like it, has become a corporate thing. Toriyama's not just coming up with all of these stories by himself. He's getting a lot of suggestions from different people. I'm sure Toyotaro probably throws his ideas at Toriyama and others. So it's interesting that Toriyama's taking a character that he did not originally create and is going to be playing with the character and creating a new origin. That's right, folks. Broly's going to be rebooted for the movie. Now, let's keep going. I'm going to go more into that here in a minute. So Toriyama says, I went ahead and watched the movies from back then, and I felt this could be quite interesting once I rearranged some things. I got right to work trying my hand at a story that incorporates him into the Dragon Ball Super series. So, like we said before, this is now going to be Dragon Ball Super. After the Dragon Ball Super anime is when the movie takes place, but before the end of Z. So on the poster, you obviously see, Goku and Vegeta in their blue forms, and we have Broly back there, and presumably Broly down here, even though I've seen some theories pop up that this guy down here could be a different Saiyan, and that they're screwing with us. That could be the case as well. But that being said, notice how different Broly looks with the scar. This is not the same Broly that was in the original movies at all. In fact, I'm willing to bet that this Broly, even though Toriyama is basing him loosely on the original Broly from Dragon Ball Z movies 8, 10, and 11, I still think that there's going to be some major changes. So it's interesting because this is only the second time that Toriyama has ever done this. Who is the first character that appeared in the anime before the manga, before the main Toriyama continuity? And that is, of course, Bardock. Bardock was not a Toriyama creation, but Toriyama loved the Bardock special so much that he incorporated him into his story. So what's going on here, and I don't want to use the word canon because those of you who follow me know that I'm not a fan of that word, but Toriyama will take something that is non-canon or non-part of his continuity and make it his own. And that's what he's doing here in a way. He's kind of rewriting Broly's story completely from what I understand. Now, this kind of stuff happens all the time in American comics. Alright? If you follow American comic books, this is nothing new to you. We've seen this happen millions of times. There's always reboots. So yes, Broly is going to be rebooted. The original Broly where he's saying Kakarot might not be this Broly at all. It could be a totally different story. In fact, let's keep going here. Toriyama says, while keeping in mind Broly's classic image so as not to disappoint his fans, I updated him and added a new side to his character, and I think he has resulted in a more fascinating Broly. So again, this is not the same Broly. He might have similar powers, but he's not the same Broly. However, because he'll be fighting against Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta, he's going to have to be a lot stronger. He's going to have to be a lot more powerful. This Broly's much stronger. So moving on here, he says, naturally you'll get to see fierce combat, but also the paths of destiny that led to an encounter between Goku, Vegeta, and Broly. It also involves the Frieza Force and the history of the Saiyans. So that's still going to be a major force in the movie. We broke those stories a few weeks ago, a couple months ago about what's going to happen with that. They're all going to be a part of the story. And then Toriyama says, which end up having a major connection to everything. The story content turns out to be very large scale and dramatic. So, this idea of the villain being Yamoshi or like a new Saiyan, I didn't think it would be Yamoshi. A new Saiyan kind of seemed to make more sense. It's not. It's Broly. But in a way, Broly is a new Saiyan because this Dragon Ball Super movie, from what I understand, is not going to tie into the old Dragon Ball Z movies at all. So I don't think this is going to be one of those things where Goku and Vegeta meet Broly and recognize him. This is going to be a new story. It's a reboot. So for those of you who like to have canon debates, the old Z movies are still in their own world, their own continuity. This is Toriyama taking Broly from there and rewriting him, just like how he did with Bardock in Dragon Ball Minus. Even if you like the Bardock special more, Dragon Ball Minus was Toriyama's take on Bardock. It's the same thing. Toriyama says, here comes that almighty Saiyan Broly. I'm also including lots of other content all you fans will enjoy, so look forward to it and be patient a while longer for it all to come together. So that's Toriyama's comments on Broly being rewritten. It is a reboot of Broly. We'll see how he might be better. I think Toriyama might make Broly a much more interesting character, but it's going to be weird because now we're going to be talking about, okay, when you mention Broly, who are we talking about? Movie 8, 10, and 11 Broly or movie 20 Broly? Are we talking about Dragon Ball Super Broly, Dragon Ball Z Broly? They're almost two different characters. Will they fight each other in Heroes someday? I mean, you know what I'm saying? There's all kinds of ideas in my head right now, all kinds of complete wackiness based on the fact that Toriyama, is bringing back Broly. And to be honest, when I first heard, I was not happy because it's not what I wanted. I wanted a brand new character. I didn't want another Broly movie. It's a fourth Broly movie, not even including the ones in Japan at the theme parks. Remember, there's a Broly 4D movie at the theme parks. This is going to be a different Broly, and I'm very curious to see where it goes. I'm very curious. It's going to be a totally different story. It's like the old Broly movies don't exist. But we also have Kale, right? Remember, Kale's part of Dragon Ball Super. So I will probably be doing videos in the coming days and weeks about the different battles we may see in the film. Broly versus Kale or Broly versus Hit or whatever. I'll probably be doing that very soon, and we'll have discussions on that and how we think the fights are going to go, because Broly in this movie will definitely be more powerful. But anyways, that's it. Remember, KAMEHACON.com, KAMEHA.com. You can buy your tickets now, 3-day passes. There's thousands of them for you to get. Pick them up. You'll want to join us because they will eventually sell out like the VIPs did. Vic is going to be the first guest there, and there's plenty more coming. But we thought, what a great idea to announce Vic today, because Broly's back and Vic is back too. So there you go. Anyways, I hope you all have a great day, and I will probably be doing a live stream tomorrow night here on Geekdom 101. Be sure to come back for that. We're going to talk about Broly, the movie. I'm going to have some guests on. Please be here for that because we're going to have a blast. Hope you all have a good one, and I'll see you then. And this is the craziest day ever, dude. You know what I'm saying? I haven't slept since 5 a.m., but I love it. I'll see y'all soon.